Very great. I'm Melissa Chartrand. I'm here at the Marstons Mills Public Library sitting with Renee Voorhees, the director of the library. It is so nice to be such a wonderful setting. We were just saying I have the nice rocking chairs. I could spend hours here with a book just relaxing. Very nice setting.
Thank you.
So we have so much to talk about, so little time, so I will start right off by letting everyone know everything we're going to talk about is available on the Marstons Mills Public Library website. So let's first, before we get into the wonderful programs that you have and opportunities, let's talk a little bit about you.
Okay.
You've been here for now almost 3 years.
That's right.
And how have you found it? Because we were saying that you've been a librarian, you were at Harvard, the town.
That's right.
You were also in a school district, I believe?
I was in Acton-Boxborough, North Middlesex, Naquag Elementary School. I've spent about 30 years in libraries, all levels, elementary, middle, high school, and public.
So, and then you spent some time on a dairy farm, you said as well, out in Central Mass.
We had a dairy farm in Central Mass for 20 years. It was delightful, but when all the boys graduated from high school, we looked at each other and went, man, this is a hard life for two people.
Yes.
You know, it's time to move on.
And so what brought you here to the Cape and to here in Marstons Mills?
You know, when we moved out here initially, it was part of a 15-year plan. We were going to spend 5 years in the Midwest, because that's where my husband and I are both from, come 5 years east and 5 years west, and then determine where we were going to live. But when we got east, we picked up the dairy farm, so we never left, and then decided that we wanted to kind of stay here, so we started looking for that last home purchase and decided the Cape was as good as anywhere else. So we bought something here 10 years ago and then moved into it ourselves 2 years ago.
Well, how nice, and all the better for us here on the Cape and here at the Marstons Mills Public Library. Let's talk a little bit about the library itself and the role you see the library that plays in the community, and certainly the library's role has changed over time.
It evolves every day. I think we're still that center for civic engagement. We're still a center for learning and information, but the delivery has changed. I mean, we are caught up in a digital world, and the library has to go in that direction as well. But I just took a look at a Huffington Post article, and it mentioned that 69% of Americans use libraries, 30 million use libraries for job searching and learning new job skills. So I think we're still very much a vital part of every community. And it's important, the face-to-face time. You know, we get caught up with our social networks and new technologies, and we forget about having a discussion or sharing information one-on-one. And I see the libraries as being a place where that's all possible.
Absolutely, such a vital role in each. And here in the Cape, it's such a vital role in each village, let alone in the town. And it's wonderful how each of the villages, you have your own space, but yet you all share as well through the CLAMS network and through programs and activities. And that's important as far as uniting the entire town of Barnstable. So I agree how important and what a tremendous service it provides. And as you say, it's not just checking out books, pardon the pun, there is so much to check out here. And let's move that into the radio play. I know the poster is sitting behind you. This is a grant that you received for this upcoming year. Tell our viewers all about this program.
Okay, the grant was awarded through the Mid-Cape Cultural Council, the Massachusetts Cultural Council, and it was to write a history of Marstons Mills and working with a local screenwriter, Sandra Bolton. And so we started taking a look at different historical documents and records, and she took the idea of the birth of the library and she ran with it. So our radio play will be presented by teens this summer. This will be the third summer that teens have done a radio play here at the library. And this one coincides with the 30th anniversary of the Marstons Mills Historical Society.
Fabulous.
And so this is one way that we are celebrating the history of the village is with the presentation of this radio play.
I love that. I love the role of the arts in it, the involvement of the youth in it, the history, everything. It's just tremendous. So congratulations
Thank you.
for that. And let's talk about some of these programs. We were saying off camera, and maybe I will be able to share as I intro the segment that I actually have done it, but it's on my list to do is to try the tango. How fun is that?
Yeah, we started that program not quite a year ago on Thursday nights at Liberty Hall, and Ray Bartlett coordinates it, and he came in with the idea. And I don't know how to say no. Somebody comes to me with an idea, and it's like, all right, we can make that happen. But I scheduled 4 Thursdays at Liberty Hall, and that was 10 months ago, and they're still dancing. Teachers come down from Boston to help do lessons at the beginning of the evening. So it's every Thursday from 7 to 9.
Right.
And you can come and go whenever. You don't have to be there at a certain time if you're a beginner. Drop-ins are always welcome.
That's right, and it's free.
And it's free.
And you don't necessarily, it does not take 2 to tango, because you can come as an individual as well and still have fun. So I have no excuse if I say my husband's out of town traveling.
That's
I should
true.
still get myself to do the tango.
And I should mention that if you do sign up for a lesson, those are not free, but they're very affordable.
Okay, great. And let's talk about some of the other programs that we have here.
Well, we just got another grant through the Mass Board of Library Commissioners and the Institute for Museum and Library Services for expanding teens and tween programs. And so we have a workshop, a manga workshop, that we partnered with Katuit, which will be February, and I have to kind of take a peek at this, February 9th over at the Katuit Library. So it's a chance for teens to come and learn their manga skills. And so we're doing that. We have a Fancy Nancy Tea Party coming up.
Right.
So you'll see more kid programs in the very near future. And then we also have regular programs every week.
Right, and that's what I want to talk about. So there's always something special happening, but yet your programming every week is also critical for everyone to know, and that's year-round programming. It doesn't stop at any given time.
Yeah, we knit year-round. We have 2 book discussion groups that we do year-round. We have a board game night that we've been doing on Tuesday evenings, and we're going to move that to Saturday mornings. So it's just something is always happening here.
Yes, and as you said at the beginning too, I think that it's important for those where you can get caught behind your computer or behind your desk or in your own little space, that it's so important to have those connections. And here is your community right here, and time to engage with one another.
And all of the Barnstable libraries offer a full schedule of programming. So we have a number of library users that use all the libraries in Barnstable, depending upon their need and what's going on in any one of the libraries at any time.
That's right. And even the technology, I mean, to me, there's nothing like holding a book, but the e-readers, of course, you offer those as well. So
we offer computer classes, and we offered classes all the way January through December.
Right.
And now we're going to pick up again in mid-February, and the classes will be 1-to-1. We're going to set aside 5 hours each week for people to come in, sign up, let us know what their needs are, and then we will pattern the instruction to the needs of the person.
So how tailor-made, how perfect is that? And whether it's computer lessons itself or learning how to download a book, and you certainly have tremendous books as well that they can immediately download onto their
It can be anything.
tablets.
It can be resumes, it can be job skills, it can be job searching. So whatever they're looking for, I teach the classes along with Sue Martin, who also has 30 years in libraries and was a prior director here.
That's
so they'll get
wonderful.
good instruction.
How wonderful is that? And again, it's your local library. It's all free for the taking.
It
which
is.
is
free.
magnificent. Now, right before we go, I did want to talk about one other program that I think is just wonderful as well. We talk about everything that's here, but unfortunately, there are some people who cannot get out. They can't drive, or they just are limited in their abilities. And I think it's wonderful, this homebound delivery program that you have. So let's end with that and what that's about.
That is so satisfying for everybody here on staff and for the people that we visit. But if we have somebody in the community who cannot get to the library, with a phone call, we set up delivery service. It doesn't have to be long-term, it can be short-term, and we stop by on a regular basis, drop off, pick up, have a conversation, make sure we've connected with a neighbor or somebody else in the family so they know what's going on. And it's just been so successful. And we really do look forward to the phone calls that we get and the new people we get to meet as a result.
That's right. And to find out more information about that program or any of the programs, certainly you can call Renee here or any of your fine staff here at the library, or write online to the Marstons Mills Public Library website. So Renee, thank you so much. It's been lovely spending time here. Of course, I am from the Mills, so I have fond memories. I use the library all the time. My kids are grown now, but love bringing them through, and they still come today. So
wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm Melissa Chartrand, wishing you an artful day.